What up, Wholesale to Million family? You guys, I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm back with another subscriber, first wholesale deal interview. You guys, if you do enjoy this and if it does add any value to you, be sure to give our special guest that thumbs up, smash it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And also, too, any question you guys have, a lot of times I miss questions. So any question you guys have, drop it in a comment. We'll make sure we'll see if we can get an answer. And if you recently closed your first wholesale deal, come on now, you know what to do. Drop me your email or email me at wholesale2millions@gmail.com and let's get you onto the channel. And the reason why I do this, you guys, is to let you guys know that we are normal people, regular people are out there. There are people out there just like you that are right now in your market wholesaling deals and making money, and they can do it and get their first wholesale deal done. There's no reason why you can't. There is really nothing special about me or I guess any of our guests. It's just all we got is we got that hustle and we're willing to put in the work to make it happen. So if that's what you got, if that's what within you, then I don't see why you can't get it done. And you guys also, too, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, hit me up on IG at Khang, Khang, dot like a period, WTM. You guys, I got our special guest, Joe, from LA, Los Angeles. Got his first got the deal locked up November 21st. Sold that darn thing on the 29th for 10G. The total profit was 20. But he split it. He split it with his partner, so 10K profit. So put your hand together, smash that thumbs up. Help me welcome Joe. What up, man? Joe, can you hear me?
Thank you. Yes.
Oh, hey. Dude, yeah, man, absolutely.
Thank you, Khang. Man, hey. I just want to say first of all, thank you. You know, for putting out your videos. You know, I mean, you're super authentic. You're real. You give out the the best information. I know. I just want to thank you. You know, you helped me out a lot. I just want to thank you.
Hey, man, not a problem at all, dude. Not a problem at all. And I want to say thank you so much, man, for, I mean, for pretty much all of you guys that are able to take your precious time to jump on and do an interview, because I understand that there's nothing in it for you guys. It's just basically giving back and adding value to the community. And that's the thing, you guys, the larger we grow this, and hopefully that, these kind of interviews just continue going, so that way you'll be able to connect with each other and do deals. That's the whole thing. So Joe, everybody wants to know, man, I want you to jump into your stories, like kind of like your background, dude. If you live in a basement, say you live in a basement, bro. I want to know like the rough beginning of where you're at and how you transitions and got you started in wholesaling. Go.
Okay. Well, basically, I'll start in high school. I never really liked going to school. You know, I've never been my thing. So since high school, I knew I wanted to be my own boss, make my own business. I just didn't know what it was, So after high school, I just started working, just started working temporary jobs, hard labor jobs. And, after about 3-4 years of working, hard labor jobs, it just started getting to me. I started getting real tired and, my body would be hurting and I just got tired of it. So, so I decided to save up some money. I moved out to LA because I'm from Bakersfield, California. It's about 2 hours north from Los Angeles. So I decided to move to LA, saved up about $5,000, moved to LA. And, I started working at a restaurant here, bussing tables. And, yeah, man, it was a pretty fancy restaurant, and I would see a lot of successful people. I would meet a lot of successful people, a lot of wealthy people, and it just started opening my eyes, to what's possible and what I could do. So, I started reading a lot of books, started, a lot of business books, psychology books, business, wealth, all kinds of books, and the most common thing in the books that they would talk about is real estate, so I started figuring it out. Okay, this is a lot of wealthy people put their money into real estate, so I just started reading more about real estate, and then I came across wholesaling one of my mentors, Ty Lopez, I follow him, online, and he brought a guy on his page that does real estate wholesaling. So he was offering an online course for like $600, and I had some money saved up at the time, so I went ahead and bought the online course, and then man, ever since I bought that course, man, I was just kept watching it over and over and over, until I got the basics down of wholesaling, and then once I got basics down, I just jumped straight into bandit signs and straight into marketing.
Gotcha, man. So now, how long ago, Joe, I mean, do you mind sharing with people how old you are, man?
Yeah, I'm 25. 25.
Dang, bro.
Yeah.
I wish I would have started when I was 25.
Yeah, man. I love it. I love it. I love that we get to help people. You know what I mean? It's not all about the money. I love that we're actually helping people, get money that they need, for their house. So I love it, man. I love it.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So Joe, when did you initially start or bought? So I guess when's the time that you bought the course?
So I bought the course last October, and from October to December, I was just, trying to learn as much as I could. And then this January is when I started putting out bandit signs and, started marketing a little bit. So
Okay, dude.
It's been a long time.
Wait.
Yeah, because I mean, I was doing it part time because I still work out here in LA, about 3 days a week. So I was going part time back to Bakersfield, marketing there because I know the area in Bakersfield a lot more than here in LA. So that's where I wanted to start out at.
Gotcha. And hey, I want you guys all listening to understand, like, I like it raw. There's no questionnaires. There's nothing like that. Whatever I come up with asking, that's what I'm going to ask. So, dude, October of 2017, when you started?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you guys, those of you who said, those of you who are like, hey, I'm in it for 6 months. I'm in it for 9 months. I'm in it for X amount of time, and I'm not getting no deal, so I'm going to let go. So let me tell you how long. So October 2017, started the bandit sign in January 2018.
Yeah, January.
So now, and then you got your deal not until November 21st.
Yeah, man, I have so many ups and downs, man. Like, because the bandit signs weren't working, but so I went to ringless voicemail. And I was getting so many calls with ringless voicemail, but I just, I was inexperienced, so I didn't know how to handle the calls. I was super nervous, so I know a few deals I'd probably drop, through ringless voicemail. And then, that wasn't working for me. So then I went to yellow letters. So I started sending out yellow letters. I was getting calls. I went to look at a few houses, and I actually got 2 houses under contract in July, but I didn't do the right information on it. I didn't look it up, so they were upside down on their mortgage. So both of those ended up falling through. So that was really discouraging for me, and so I had to save up some more money for marketing, and then I just got back into marketing around like September, August. And I just kept sending out yellow letters every week, like 150 every Saturday. And then finally, a lady called me November 2nd. Her ex-husband passed away, and she didn't have the money to fix up her house. So, she wanted to sell it as is. So, I went to go take a look at it. Then after I took a look at it, I called some investors. I didn't have it under contract yet. I was just calling investors, seeing what they would think about it. And then so one investors said that he told me a price that he would take it for. So I went back to her and offered her a price under what the investor wanted it for. And so I got it under contract for 123, and the investor was going to give me 128 for it. But I guess his lender that was going to give him the money actually wanted to buy the house. So me and the investor ended up selling it to his lender for 143. Yeah, man, it was. So I thought I was only gonna make 5,000 on it, and then I ended up making 10 grand on it. So it was just a super great deal.
Nice, man. Joe, first of all, man, I want to say congrats, and also to you guys, man, smash a thumbs up for Joel for keep on pushing and keep on going and not giving up. Do you guys know how hard it is? Dude, do you guys
Oh
know how
man,
hard it is to like wake up and then 6 months and you feel like, man, I haven't got anything. 9 months, I haven't got anything. I feel your pain, bro. It took me 6 months
yeah,
of 6 months. I did a little bit quicker than you, but still, man, I know how it feels waking up and be like, dude, like I'm still in the same spot.
yeah, exactly, man, exactly. A lot of people make it seem easy, but it's work. It's hard work.
It is.
You
It
gotta
is,
believe
man.
in yourself.
So let me see here. So okay. So let's break down the deal a little bit here. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got so the seller calls you from Yellow Letter.
yeah. So it was basically I would drive around Bakersfield, and then I would write down some addresses that look like they need some work. And then with those addresses, I would go look them up, get the homeowner's name. Then I would just send them out yellow letters, and I try and make the letters as personalized, as I can. And I've been getting pretty good responses from them. So, that's what I do with yellow letters.
Gotcha, man. And how much are you? How much of the letters are you sending out per week? How many letters, Joe, are you sending out per
Uh,
week or per month?
I try and do at least 150 to 200 every Saturday.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So, and how long do you send those letters out? Like how many months? I'm sorry about the connection, man. I don't know what's going on, dude. I mean, we got a big windstorm here, so my internet connection hasn't been so great. So I apologize to everyone that's listening. If you can hear me, continue to watch. I can't hear Joel. The screen just froze. Joe, can you hear me? But yeah, I mean, we had a pretty big windstorm here, so I'm having a little trouble with my internet here at home. I'm sorry, Joe, dude. Like,
It's all good. It's all good, man.
okay, can you hear me the whole time though?
Kind of. It kind
Okay,
of cut out at the end.
no problem, dude. We got a big windstorm over at where we are, and so I've been having some trouble with my internet connection. So okay, so where did we
It's
left
all
off
good.
at?
I think it was
Okay, so yeah, so I was asking you how many months did you consistently sending out the letters?
yeah, so only about the past 3 months I've been doing it consistently. I'm moving back to my hometown in Bakersfield. So, the past couple months I've been trying to just get all my stuff here from LA to, back to Bakersfield so I could do it full time.
Nice, man. So are you still putting up a bandit sign?
No, I stopped putting up bandit signs like maybe March. I was getting calls mostly from investors. So it was good. I built my cash buyers list.
Good.
So it was good. It was a good way of marketing, but I wasn't getting any calls from any sellers.
Sure. Gotcha, man. So
Yeah.
the seller calls you now. Is the property vacant, occupied, or is it rented?
It was vacant. It was vacant. I
Cool,
guess
man.
her
Okay.
her her husband, her ex-husband passed away in February, and I guess she didn't have the money to fix it up. So, she just wanted to cash out.
Sure. Now, is she living in the same area as where the vacant property is, or is she out of states?
Yeah, she lived down the street from the
Oh,
house.
okay.
Yeah, so it was perfect. It was great.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
didn't really have any problems with it.
gotcha. So you lock it up on a contract for 123, and what did you figure the ARV would be at that time?
I figured it would be 220, around 220.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two 220, and what did you estimate the rehab would be?
The rehab I was estimating about 35,000.
Okay, minus 35. Okay, so rehab is about 35K.
Hmm.
Okay, so single family, 3 bedroom, one, like
Yeah,
what's what?
3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,400 square feet, and it was in a really, a pretty nice neighborhood. Um, yeah, it was it needed some work, but I mean, it was in a good neighborhood.
Gotcha, man. So what kind of work does that probably needs?
It needed the roof. It needed a whole new roof. It needed new flooring. It needed paint. It needed a lot. Pretty much a full renovation.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason you guys that I'm asking Joe all these questions, so that way when you guys come across a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,400 square feet, right? You said 1,400 square feet.
Yeah.
That you guys
Yeah.
know that roughly what it will cost to
Yeah.
completely
1,400
update the
square feet.
house. And that's why I asked. So that way you guys have a ball figure, because some of you guys are stuck on trying to figure out repairs and trying to get down to like the pennies, but you don't. Just get a rough ideas. Okay, so how do you find your buyer, Joe?
The buyer, I was the buyer. I built my cash buyers list. Just over the year, just going to real estate meetups and just basically just calling around. I think I did list source. You know, yeah, just a lot of. I'd recommend people to go to real estate meetups. You'll meet a lot of good investors there. Um, but yeah, that's where I met. I built up like maybe 20 cash investors, and I would send out, I would just email blast them whatever I get, and maybe like two or three of them are real serious.
Gotcha. See, the thing is, like, I want you guys to understand something. Like within that time period, even though Joe didn't get any deals, but he was consistently making moves, taking action, building up his cash buyer. So when an opportunities come where he has a deal, he have cash buyer. So
Exactly.
so he's taking actions and just taking it one step and one day at a time. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys. Now, meetup. How can they go to their meetup, Joel?
Just download the Meetup app, or I think it's some kind of app. I think it's called Meetups. But you download that, and then it'll show any real estate kind of meetups that are happening in your city, and then you just sign up with them, and yeah, it's pretty easy, pretty simple.
Gotcha, man.
Almost, I mean, they have them everywhere, so
Yep.
it doesn't matter where you're at, they'll have them somewhere.
Yep. That's right. Now that cash buyer. Okay, so let me see. So when you lock the property up under contract with the seller, how many days do you lock it up under contract for?
I put it for 30 days, but I let her know that it was probably going to take, no more than 2 weeks. So
Okay,
she was, yeah, she was, excited about that.
gotcha. So you lock it up under contract November 21st, and then you set it for 30 days. So closing would be December 21st or sooner.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And how much of an earnest money do you have to put down?
I put nothing down.
Nothing. Zero. You guys hear? Zero. Now,
Zero.
did the seller question you about the earnest money, or was it even brought up at all?
No, she didn't question anything about it. She just wanted to know how soon we would be able to do it, and that was basically it. I told her within 2 weeks, but I wrote 30 days, just in case.
Nice, man. Nice. So I want to point something else to those of you guys who having trouble when you talking to seller, they're asking for earnest money. In my experience, I would say that 95% of the time when we talk to these sellers, they don't ask for earnest money. The reason why they ask is because you brought it up, or somehow you came off as, when you talking to them, you come off very kind of suspicious, scammy, I would say. But if you
Yeah,
know how to control and talk to them, and if you don't bring it up, most sellers don't ask, because like they don't do it. like you guys got to understand, they don't sell and buy houses, so they are not aware. They just know that they come to an agreement with the price that they're going to sell to you at and what you buy. And just like Joel said, they wanted to know is how soon you guys can close and get it done. That's more of the main thing. So let me see here.
Yep.
So this buyer, Joe, come from your meetup.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about it is, he's kind of like my mentor too.
Hmm.
He breaks down, he gives me any information that I want, So, I called him up right away, and what we were he wanted to flip it himself at first. So, he was gonna give me 5,000 assignment fee, and he was gonna show me the whole process, of flipping a house. So I was pretty excited about that. I was more excited about him showing me the whole process than the money. But then, he ended up telling me that we were going to send it to his lender, and and I was going to make 10,000. We were going to split it 10,000 each. I was super happy about that. It ended
Sure,
up
man.
working out in the end.
Nice, man. Hey,
Yeah.
Joe, I want to say, man, I want to say that I respect you so much for being how young you are at 25 and having the mindset saying, you know what, man, I don't really care about the money. I'm more worried about the process. Some of you
Exactly.
guys are so worried about how much you're losing instead of how much you're gaining, because what you guys got to understand, you cannot look at it as a short term but long term. Like when you talk to someone,
Yep.
you understand, like if they're smart, if they like that they're hustler, because they're not in it for the 5 or 10,000. They want to know the process so they can create it over and over again, and so they don't need that person anymore. Super smart. Hey,
Yeah, Khang, when I changed my mindset from, about the money to actually helping people, that's when I started feeling more comfortable, talking to sellers, and I started getting more calls. It's just, if you're in it for the money, then it's gonna be hard, and you're probably gonna give up, as soon as you face something hard. So, you got to be in it for the right reasons, and you got to want to help people, and that's the only way you're going to be successful, doing real estate.
gotcha, man. Well said. Now, Joe, when you send it out to this buyers, did you send it out for like 128, or did you just ask them, like, will you lock it up on a contract for 123? Did you send it out for an amount?
Yeah.
And how much did you send it out for?
I sent it out. I just sent it out. I email blasted all my cash buyers. I think I sent it out for 139.
Okay,
Yeah, 139. And
gotcha.
I only got about maybe 3 or 4 back.
Gotcha. Okay. So now the
Yeah.
next question. So you sent it out for 139. Okay. So and then your that cash buyer, which is also AKA your mentor, came back and said, hey, he'll pay you 128.
Yeah. He told me he'd give me 128 for it, and that he would show me, the whole process. So I was like, I told him, yeah, let's do it, And then a couple days went by, and I didn't hear from him. So I started getting kind of nervous, So I called him up again, and he was telling me that his lender wanted to buy it. So we ended up selling it to his lender for 143.
Right. Right, man.
Yeah.
So what? Gotcha. Okay. So now, what I want to know is that do you have any construction background, Joel?
Nope. No construction background. No nothing, man. Just been hustling. Ever since high school. That's it.
Love it, man. So don't tell me that you're also a dropout, bro.
I mean, basically, I didn't drop out, but I didn't cross stage. I didn't get my diploma on stage.
Gotcha, man. I love it, dude. I love it, man. So, okay. So did you have to go and meet the seller or to lock this property up on a contract, or do you do it virtually? Dang it, man. It froze. It froze again.
Yeah, I had to go to actually met up with the seller at, oh, my bad.
No. Yep. I can hear you. So you met
You
the seller
good,
up
Carl?
at the house?
Yeah, so I met the seller up at the house. It was actually she was actually the administrator. So her daughter and her son were inheriting the house, but she was the signee. She was the administrator. So that took like maybe a week. She just had to talk to her kids, make sure they agreed on the price, and then after they agreed, I met up with her at like a Mary Callender's, and we just signed the contract right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I got you. Okay. And then when you send it out to your buyers, I suppose your buyer did he want to do a walkthrough on it?
Yeah. He came in and walked through it, and he immediately wanted to get it. Right when he seen it, just because of the area. It's right next to some good schools in Bakersfield, and so he wanted it right away.
Gotcha. Now,
That's why I knew I had a good.
nice, man. Nice. So my question for you is that the buyer, what were they planning to do with the property? Keep it as a rental, or are they going to flip it?
He wanted to fix and flip it, but I guess I think his lenders wanted to rent it out. So I
Yeah.
think that's what they're gonna do with it.
Okay. So now, and my next question for you is, how much can this property rent for?
I'm thinking about 1,200 a month,
Okay. 1,200
maybe.
bucks a month.
Yeah,
And how much do you think it's cost to fix up, to keep it as a rental? Not to flip it, but to keep it as a rental.
maybe about 25,000. Maybe about
25?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And you guys, the reason why I asked Joe this question is I'm going to do the math for you guys, is that if the property is worth 220, if I minus 30%, which is, the discount that most buyers pay for, that puts us down 154 minus the 35,000 in renovation. That is 119. So Joe Cash Buyer would have to, so I'm thinking that he's looking at a 25% rule. So 220 minus 25%, that put us down at 165 minus 35 G's in rehab. So that's 130K. So the reason I point that out is that you guys, a rule is just a rule of thumbs, which is, ARV times 70%, but that doesn't make sense to me. So I say it's the exact same thing. So ARV minus 30% minus the rehab minus whatever you want to make. And that's how much you would send out to your buyer for. But in this case, your buyer, Joel, like in this case, because maybe it's in a good area, they know the market, they're okay with having a 25% discount instead of 30% discount. Now, the lender that's buying the property, he's keeping it as a rental. That's why he's willing to pay more. You guys see? Because a lot of time it doesn't work for a fix and flipper. Like sometimes what I'm trying to point out is maybe you do have a deal, but because of your pool of network of buyer, it's not large enough that you can't find a buyers that, because every buyer look at a deal differently. So in this case here, like, maybe a cash buyer that's going to flip it can't pay more than Joe's buyer is buying at 128. But since his lender is going to keep it as a rental, he bought it at 143. And you thinking he's going to put about 25K into it?
Yeah. To make it a rental, yeah.
Okay, so that puts him at 168 plus all the closing costs and all the fees. Let's just round it up and make it even, 170, and he can rent it out for 1,200. So some buyers that want to buy and keep it at rental, maybe they're not okay with that percentage. Maybe, but some will. So my whole point of asking these questions is just to let you guys know that sometimes you do have a deal, but your pool of buyers is not large enough. It's not large enough. So a lot of times what it is you get 1 no, 2 no, 3 no, then you quit, which means then you give up on the deal. What I'm trying to say is don't give up too soon and try to do the best you can and go back and renegotiate with the seller, trying to get more time and market that darn thing. And I just market it and see if you can find. But there are times where there are times where some of you guys, it's just not a deal and you just have to walk. I'm just trying to say, like, you have to try to do whatever you can. So man, okay, Joe, I mean, that's pretty much it for the deal, man. Pretty straightforward. Got to lock up for 123. Got a buyer come in for 143, 20K, and then split it with your partner mentor, right?
Yeah. He's been
Nice, man.
super.
So now my question for you is, Joe, when you were so you're thinking about doing fix and flip?
Um, for this, for 2019, I want to do mostly wholesaling and, build up some money, and then maybe 2020, start fixing and flipping myself.
All right, Joe.
That's the goal.
Are are you ready? Are you ready to hear my opinion, bro? Can you hear me, Joe?
Yeah, man.
Are,
Yeah, let me hear
all right, bro.
it.
So I don't know if you know my stories, but I'm gonna save you, bro. I want to save you. I want to save you from misery, bro. I want to save you from misery. So I am going to share with you my opinion. Obviously, you do what you want to do. So now I
Yeah,
guess let me ask you some questions before. And you guys, I'm sorry that I'm kind of go off track here, but let me ask you some question before I share with you my opinion.
yeah.
So why do you want to fix and flip? Like
Um,
what is about the fix and flip that you like? Honest.
yeah. Honestly, I like taking something from nothing and making it something, like I just like the whole process of turning a house, into something that, that's just completely messed up into something that looks good, you know. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not 100% gonna do fix and flip, but um, it's something that I would like to do. I'd like to try out. But I mean, if I don't know. I mean, I really like wholesaling, because you don't have to deal with, construction workers or contractors. You don't have to deal with anything. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I might just stick with wholesaling. I don't know.
Joe, do you
Might
like
convince me.
to babysit people?
Not really. Not really.
Do you want to wake up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning dealing with contractor and going to the cities and trying to get permit?
Oh no, no.
Bro,
Heck.
bro, let me tell you something, dude. Dude, I want to save your life because I don't want you to make the mistake that I did. So when my wife and I first got into real estate, we were like, you know what? For us, it's because we're working so much that we figure that real estate will give us, not just the money, right? Not just for the money, but also for the time freedom. So when we first got in real estate, we, when we first got into real estate, we were exposed to wholesaling, fix and flip, being a landlord and all of that. But so to me, taking an ugly house and make it pretty again does not do anything to me. Like, I don't really care about it. So for some people, that's that's what you want to do, which is cool. But for me, it doesn't do anything, man. For me, my ultimate goal is I want to get into a business that I can scale up and make a boatload of money and have the time freedom to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and I have to wake up to the stupid alarm clock. That's what I want. Like, that's the goal. So, but when we got into it, we were pushing away the fix and flip, or we were pushing away wholesaling because we figured that is an entry level. That wholesaling is an entry level. That wholesaling, that's kind of like an entry level. And if you want to move to the next level, then it's the fix and flip. After the fix and flip, you're going to be developed. You're going to be a skyscraper builder. That's kind of what I like. That's like, oh man, like when I first got in, that was kind of my goal. One step at a time, right? Climbing that one ladder at a time. But when we first got in, oh, can you hear me, dude? It's my internet, bro. It's killing me,
good,
dude.
bro. It's
Hey,
all good.
but can you hear me the whole time?
No, you kind of cut out.
Okay. So when we first got in, we figured wholesaling is an entry level. Next level is fix and flip. So we push away wholesaling, didn't want to learn it, didn't want to study it, got into the whole fix and flip. I knew nothing about construction background. Like, I don't know what laminate flooring is. I don't know what siding, vinyl, like nothing. So met my mentor in Florida.
Yeah.
All he does is fix and flip, bro. Like he fix and flip like 100 house a year.
Jeez.
And bro, So I figure, I don't want to wholesale and make 5 to 10K. I want to flip and make 25, 30, 40, 50 G's. So that's
Yeah.
so yeah, man. So what it is that, like what I'm telling you guys is it's not like the biggest mistake that I've made, but it is one of the biggest mistake that I made was when I first started, instead of going into wholesaling, I went to fix and flip. Like I know that my business would have been at a totally complete different level, and the amount of money I have in a bank account would have been completely at a different level if I was wholesaling. So when I was fix and flip, bro,
Yeah.
I was working. I was waking up 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, dealing with contractor, dealing with the city, running the rehab project. Now,
Oh, man.
for those of you guys who listen, and comment below and let me know that you found any fix and flipper that works only 2 or 3 hours a day on the business and making 100, 200,000 or 300,000 a month. If you know that, comment below and let me know. Because as far as I know, I haven't found anybody. My mentor haven't found anybody. And my mentor's right now is transitioning he completely stopped the whole fix and flip. And now just all he does is wholesale and virtually wholesale.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And dude, this is the guy this is the guy that been flipping for 14 years, bro. And he met so many people, and he met people that flip more property than he does. And he's working up, man, 4 o'clock in the morning until like 9 or 10 o'clock p.m. If that is the life you want, I'm not saying that maybe you can find a system that you can make it work. Great. But for me, I haven't found any fix and flipper that makes 2 or 300,000 a month, that works only 2 or 3 hours and have no stress. I mean, not no stress, but minimum stress. Man, when I was going through the whole fix and flip, dude, like my life was a complete mess. My car was a mess. Like, you look at my car, you know what my life is. It was a mess, bro.
Yeah.
So I just want to save you the headaches, bro. Now check this out. If you want to fix and flip, man, 1 or 2 a year, running one project or 2 projects at a time, yeah. Right? If you want to try it, I would start with cosmetic. Don't get into anything major. Start with cosmetic. And the thing, if you want to do 1 or 2 flips or 3 flips a year, that's fine. What I'm saying is that don't focus on fix and flip and try to scale up to like $200,000 or $300,000 a month. Because what it is now it required you so much capital. And some of you guys will be like, hey, Khang, well, it's not my money. I can go and raise money, private money, hard money, bank money. Dude, I've done it, bro. And do you guys know how stressful that is when you have a time frame? And do you know how stressful it is when you are borrowing money for 8%, 10%, 12%? And if you don't get that project done, man, guess what happened? Dude, you go and guess what happened when you're running 3 to 4 projects and the markets take a shift? Bro, you going down and under, dude, unless you have a significant amount of money reserved. And that's when my wife and I, when we were fix and flip, dude, that's what kind of saved our life too, is we have reserve. Is that we have reserve where we're like, you know what, if anything goes wrong, this is the money that we need to fund. Like when you guys fix and flip, like your number have to be like dead on for reserve as far as buying what you're buying the property for, and things like that. So anyways, man, but if it's something you want to do, man, some people will listen to me and say, Khang, no, man, I don't care what he said. I'm going to try it. Try it and then come back and comment and let me know how your life is. Because a lot of times what it is some of you guys will have to try it.
That's some good advice, man. That's some good advice.
Yeah, man. I mean, some of you guys will have to try it to really know what I'm trying to say. When I was going through to this mastermind, when I was going through the mastermind last week, Joe, some of the guys there were fixing and flipping, and they said, hey, I can't stay here anymore. I got to go back home. Like, they got to leave. My wife and I, dude, we can stay there for another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Like, because the thing is, I have done the fix and flip. And
Yeah.
trust me, dude, I was hustling. Like I was negotiating with contractor. I was telling them they got to show up on their job. Most of these contractors, tell me if I'm wrong. Those of you who fix and flip, comment below and let me know if I'm wrong. Most of these contractors are drinkers. They drink on the weekend. They could be drinking at your job. They could be smoking at your job. So I mean, the contractor, these could be some really rough contractors. So a lot of times having them showing up and have them finish the project on time
That's
could
true.
be a babysitting job.
That's true. That's true.
So I mean, so you just got to know what is your goal. If you like to, if you like to accumulate the money through wholesaling and then flip a property because you like to turn an ugly house into a beautiful house, great. Maybe that's for you. But my ultimate goal, dude, is just stack the cash and have the lifetime of the time freedom. Like build the business, have the freedom. You can go help people. When you have that free time, you can go and create your own charity where you can help people. Start a mastermind where you can help people as well. So there's so many other things. My whole thing is I don't have any passion of turning an ugly house into a beautiful house if I have to work 14, 15 hours a day and babysit these adults.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Those are some good points.
So, Joel, not a problem, man. So now we're going to wrap this up. So for those that want to connect with you, man, how can they?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about starting my own YouTube channel.
Love it.
Come next year. But you can follow me on Instagram right now at Joe the Investor. Yeah, I try and put up, some of my marketing strategies on my Instagram story. So you could follow me on Instagram at Joe the Investor.
Gotcha. So okay, so Joe, what is going to be your YouTube channel, bro?
I mean, it's basically gonna be like a vlog. Basically just gonna my market. My day to day. Tasks. My driving for dollars. My just trying to show people more about marketing. Because that's really the main game that wholesalers play is marketing. So I just want to show people some marketing strategies that I got.
Love it, man. And have you come up with a channel name?
It should be Joe the Investor. It'll probably be something with that, Joe the Investor.
Joe the Investor. Perfect, man. I love it, dude. I love it. Okay, Joe.
Thanks,
Before
man.
now,
Hey, Khang, man, you're the man. I would watch your video.
what's that? I can't hear you, dude. I can't hear you. I gotta
No,
put on
I was just telling you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, not a problem at all,
Yeah,
man.
no, man. You saved me, man, because I would feel doubt, and I would just come and watch your videos, and it would motivate me to keep going and keep marketing. So just keep doing what you do, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you so much, man. Now, Joe, let me ask you a few more questions. Is when you
Yeah,
were
no problem.
going through the process of learning how to get your first deal, and I know you mentioned that you were having issue talking to seller. Now, be completely honest, man. What was the biggest thing that kind of holds you back from getting that first deal? Because it seemed like you took massive action, but what was that thing?
I think it was just the experience, with to talking to sellers, because I kind of felt like I didn't really know.
Just keep on talking, Joel. My computer froze, bro. Man, I hate this.